Are you pre-diabetic, or do you think that you might be at risk for diabetes? Well, if so, it's not too late to sign up to participate in our next diabetes prevention program. We recently had a meeting to discuss the program and to provide more information to interested participants, as well as to give people information about the expectations of the program and what they need to do if they're interested. So I'd like to provide that information to you as well. So the program is called Life in 24 because throughout this program, we conduct about 24 sessions. So what is the Life in 24 program? It's our diabetes prevention program that helps people learn how to lead a healthier lifestyle. Myself, along with Leanne Cresson from the Person County Health Department, are trained lifestyle coaches, and we try to provide information to people to help them lower their chance of developing diabetes by lowering their weight through healthy eating, being more physically active, as well as just learning to overcome all of the barriers that might be in their way of doing those two things. The goals of the program are to work towards losing 5 to 7% of their starting body weight and doing moderate physical activity for 150 minutes a week. So for anyone who may be interested in this program, those are the two expectations we have for our participants. By signing up and registering for the program, you are giving us your guarantee that you are going to do what you need to do to achieve those two goals. Again, throughout the entire program. You will learn how to eat healthy, how to self-monitor, weigh yourself, how to track your food, different things like that. Throughout it all, we're going to encourage you to be positive and to have positive thoughts. Even those weeks that your weight might not be going in the direction or in the speed that you'd like it to get there. We want you to be active. That's why it's part of one of the goals, is to be active for 150 minutes per week. That is the recommendation for adults anyway. We also provide information of how to problem solve, how to work out and overcome some of those barriers that might be in your way. And this is something we can do as a group with the entire class, is to help each other solve any problems that they might be facing. And to manage your stress. Stress can affect your health, can affect your eating, as well as affect your success to achieving that healthy lifestyle that we want you to be able to achieve. We're going to give you tools and incentives to help you change your lifestyle. This is not a diet or an exercise program, but a lifestyle change program. And throughout it all, myself and your other trained lifestyle coach will help you stay motivated and working towards your goals. This program is a CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, evidence-based lifestyle change program. So basically, the research shows that participants can cut their risk of developing type 2 diabetes by over half. This applies to the participants who achieve the two goals. They lose 5 to 7% of their body weight, and they did at least 150 minutes of physical activity a week. Now, when I say 5 to 7% weight loss, you might be wondering what that means. So an example would be someone who weighs 200 pounds would lose 10 to 14 pounds. So that may sound like a lot, it may not, but that's their goal. We've had people achieve much higher percentages of weight loss throughout this program, and who've continued that weight loss even after finishing and completing the program. It doesn't take a drastic weight loss. Only 10 pounds could make a huge difference for your health. To participate in the diabetes prevention program, you must be 18 years of older and have a body mass index of 25 or higher. Now you might be wondering, what exactly does it look like to be a BMI of 25? And we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But basically, it just means that you were in the category of being considered overweight or even obese. That might have been something that your doctor had mentioned to you. Also, you may qualify for this program if you've had gestational diabetes. Again, this program is not for people who've already been diagnosed with diabetes. It's for people who have pre-diabetes, borderline diabetes, who are at risk for diabetes. The only exception is if you've had gestational diabetes, because that's typically just diabetes while you're pregnant. It goes away after that period there. So the way to find out that if you are pre-diabetic is you might have had a blood test by your doctor. You can ask for your A1C numbers. And if it's within a certain range, that means that you are pre-diabetic. But if not, we have a risk test that you can take. So I'm going to show you what that looks like as well. This is the National Diabetes Prevention Program Pre-Diabetes Risk Test. So you can see it's only about 7 questions. It asks your age, because as the older you get, the more likely you are to be at risk for diabetes. It asks if you're a man or woman. It asks again if you're a woman, if you've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes. It wants to know your family history. Has your mother, father, brother, or sister had diabetes? Have you ever been diagnosed with high blood pressure? Because if you have, then you're more at risk for diabetes, because diabetes and heart disease are very closely linked. And then it's going to ask, are you physically active? And it's a simple yes/no question. It doesn't have a range, but we typically ask people that, are you physically active that 150 minutes a week? That's what's recommended for adults. If you are, then you can say yes. And then it's going to ask your weight category. This is kind of what I was talking about with your body mass index. It doesn't give you a number on this particular chart. We have a different one for that. But it'll ask you your height, and if you are, say, 5'8" and weigh 200 pounds, you go to the section on the chart that has the 5'8", and then you'd scroll over to find which weight category you're in. And if you're in 200 pounds, you would be in the middle there, and you'd get 2 points for that question. And at the end of answering all of these questions, you total it up, and if your score is 5 or above, then you are more at risk for diabetes, and you could qualify for the program. So I want to show you quickly what the BMI, the body mass index chart, looks like. It's just a little bit different, but it kind of has the same thing. It has height on the left, weight on the right. But this chart is fairly colorful because the different colors show you the different weight categories. So if you put together your height and scroll down to where your height and your weight meet on this particular chart, if you're in the yellow or the orange categories or the red categories, then you would qualify for this program based upon your BMI. So you can qualify. You need to look, you have to have a certain BMI, and you have to either have completed that risk test and gotten a score of 5 or above, or your A1C needs to be within a certain range. And now I'm going to kind of talk about what that range is. We have a graph here that kind of shows you, this is what the ranges are for your glucose, your fasting plasma glucose, but we're particularly looking at the one on the far right, the hemoglobin A1C level. This is kind of your blood sugar over a period of time. So looking at the yellow one, that's the range for prediabetes. So if you talk to your doctor, if they've done blood tests within the past 12 months, and you fell into the 5.7 to 6.4 range, then you would qualify as pre-diabetic. So you need either the risk test with a score of 5 or above, or you have to have that A1C in that pre-diabetic range. Those are the two things that will qualify you, either or of those things. But you also have to have that BMI of 25 or higher, no matter which one of the other two, either the test, the risk test, or the blood test can qualify you. A little bit about the program design. So it's called Life in 24. We have about 24 or so lessons. We might have a couple of extra because we have some topics, maybe some more lessons or some timely discussions if it's around the holidays or something like that. But the program is broken down into 16 weekly core sessions. So the first part of the program, the first 16 weeks, we meet every week. Then after that, we transition for the next 4 months to meeting about twice a month. And then we go to meeting once a month. So throughout all of the entire year, we're meeting for an entire year, but it's only about 24 to 28 lessons. And every lesson is just 1 hour. We do ask that participants make up any missed classes, but we give you the schedule at the very beginning of the program. So hopefully you don't have any conflict because you know all of the dates of all of the classes. And I will show you that now quickly. So tentatively, we're hoping to get this program started November 5th of 2020. So that's why you only have a couple more weeks to register if you're interested. But we would meet, again, you can see every week for the first 16 weeks. Those are the core sessions. Then we go to kind of meeting twice a month for the next 4 or 5 months. And then we go to meeting typically once a month. So the program will be from November of 2020 till about October, November of 2021. It's a full year. But again, 24 sessions is not a lot over a period of 52 weeks. And we give you so much information and so many different incentives and things to help you achieve your goals. I've mentioned a couple of the expectations of our participants, but when you sign up to participate in this program, you are committing yourself to attend the sessions, the core sessions and the post-core sessions for the entire year. Now, we're still trying to figure out if we're going to start the program virtually or in person. So if you contact us and want to register, please let us know if you have a preference. It might be that we start virtually for the first month or two, but our plan is to be meeting in person at some point. Again, you're also committing to make up any of your missed sessions. And I've already mentioned the 5 to 7% body weight loss and being physically active for 150 minutes a week. One of the things that we will challenge you to do and look at is we want you to track what you eat and drink as well as your physical activity, because we need to see what might be some issues or some concerns. We need to show you what healthy eating is. So we need to see what you're already doing. So it starts out fairly easy. You can just keep it on a piece of paper with a pencil, or you can use a smartphone or an app or something like that. But just writing down everything you eat and you drink, as well as writing down your physical activity. Because every week we want you to turn in a food log, as well as to give us your minutes of physical activity that you have achieved in the past week. Because again, part of that goal is to get to that 150 minutes a week and to consistently keep it there once you do get to 150 minutes. If we have any other activities or assignments, it might just be something simple like, hey, bring in a snack, a nutritional label from a snack that you have in your house so that we can use it for our group activity next week. And we have a very minimal fee for the program of $25. But again, for about 24 to 28 lessons, $25 is not a whole lot. We have some regional funding that we get to help teach this program, and that funding helps provide and supplement the entire program. Because if we had to charge you a full fee for the entire program, it would be about $400 to $25 to $500 per participant. But we are able to keep it down to about $25. However, if that is the only thing that is stopping you from signing up for this program, then please contact us and discuss that with us, okay? And then I've mentioned it kind of before, we have incentives. We have lots of incentives for the program, freebies, prizes, whatever you want to call it. You will more than make your $25 back just in the incentives. Even just one incentive will make that up. So these incentives are tools to help you, continue on this journey and to help you with the journey, So we have lots of goodies, and the people really enjoy and utilizing the things that we give them. So kind of to wrap things up, just a reminder, this is not a diet or an exercise program. We do have only about 15 spots for this program, so we have a couple more spots left. But if you're interested, give us a call or email us and let us know as soon as you can. Try to get that information about what your BMI is, what your A1C is, and we can help give you that risk test over the phone if need be. We had a couple of local participants during our interest meeting session that talked about how beneficial the program was for them, how that they almost hated that it was over, that the 24 sessions or whatever, the year went by very quickly, and that they enjoyed the incentives, that they learned a lot from us as facilitators, and it really challenged them, and they've made huge steps in their weight loss journey, as well as just preventing diabetes. We'll have some videos I think over the next few days to kind of show their perspectives about what they've gained from the program as well. But if you're interested in participating in our diabetes prevention program, again, we have a tentative start date of November 5th. You can either email us or give us a call and let us know, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for tuning in. Again, you can contact the Extension Office or the Health Department to find out about this program, and hopefully we can help you prevent diabetes.